This is for you. A sentence that my grandfather would always say to me repeatedly. In order to understand it, let me tell you about my grandfather. He was a wise man. He was respected and looked up to as an idol. My grandfather was deprived of an education ever since he was a little boy. His father forced him to stay at home and work with him as a farmer. My 10-year-old grandfather did not accept that, so he would buy books and read them secretly in his room. My education had roots in the day his father caught him reading these books. Angrily, he tore them apart, leading my grandfather to run away 93.2 kilometers from home to the capital, Beirut. By doing that, my grandfather broke the endless cycle of authority. He saved my family and I from it. This incident resulted in making my grandfather one of the most respected electricians, even though he did not have a chance to have a university degree. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't go to university and you'll be successful. It's just that he was a hard worker and had the skills and determination to make it happen. There, he met my grandmother, with whom he then had 7 children. Yep, you heard me well, 7. He always encouraged his children to never give up on the education that he was deprived of. He then encouraged his grandchildren, me amongst them, to never give up learning. He always taught me to not only be passionate towards education, but to help those who were deprived of it. He taught me that helping others to grow and rise helps us to grow as well. That sounded like a nice sentence to hear. It kind of gives you a nice feeling about yourself, but what did it actually mean? It remained vague. Up until one day, our grocery delivery arrived at the door. I opened the door and I saw a little 10-year-old boy holding our groceries. I asked him, "What's your name? And shouldn't you be at school?" His name was Ahmad, and he works with his father in his small grocery store around the corner. We had a small talk, and I remembered him asking me, disbelievingly as his eyes sparkled with joy, "So you're really going to help me learn to read and write?" I nodded sympathetically, and he went home with a huge, innocent smile on his face. A year later, Ahmad was accepted to school. He jumped and screamed and cried of joy when he knew. When it came to his exam results day, he came to me, skipping, waving his paper in the air, showing me that he had gotten a full mark. "This is for you," he said. Oh, those words, my grandfather's words, took me back 11 years. He was sick, and we were sitting on the balcony where he expressed his pride by the step he made by running away. He did that for us, for me, my mother, my uncles, and my aunts. When he passed away, it was a hard time, but I always remembered him telling me, helping others to grow helps us to grow as well. That quote stuck in my head since the first time I heard it, until now, when I teach Ahmed the alphabet, how to hold a pen, and when I give him books to read. Now I understand the true meaning behind this sentence, and that I can grow by helping others to grow. And now I know that education was the way that I helped that little boy grow. Education that helps us to rise. This is what my grandfather meant by saying, "This is for you." This is why he risked everything and left home. So you see, education can take you anywhere. There are no limits to your dreams. To me, as a growing woman in this world, it is hard for me to achieve my dreams because of how society treats me. You can't have what men have. You don't have the privileges. But my grandfather always believed that a woman's most powerful weapon is her education. Her most powerful weapon is her wisdom, intelligence, and open-mindedness. However, learning doesn't go without mistakes. Every choice you make will lead to many other choices, and it is hard to know what path to choose. You will feel lost. You won't know what to do. You will start to feel like you're slowly losing people, memories, friendships, and challenges. But as Taylor Swift believes, the shocking truth is you will make choices that will cause you to lose things. But losing things doesn't necessarily mean losing. Sometimes losing things helps us to gain things too. I lost my grandfather. I let go with grace. But what I gained and learned from him is that you should never be afraid of losing. Everything you lose is a step you take, as Taylor Swift would also say. Never be afraid of facing the world, and most importantly, never be afraid of what people might tell you about your hopes and dreams. I always criticized my dreams, telling myself that I can't achieve anything and that I am nothing. I asked myself repeatedly, what was I made for? But one day, I looked in the mirror and I saw something in me that no one can take away. I saw passion, I saw ambition, and I saw talent. I saw the little girl in me who kept dreaming of becoming known, respected, and a leader. I promised myself and that little girl that I will never let her dreams die, and that I will make her proud. So, whenever I achieve something, I raise it up high in the air to show him, my grandfather, knowing that he is proud of me and of my achievements, and that he is so far, yet so close. So allow me to tell you this time, Grandpa, this is for you. Thank you.